How long does it take for funds to settle at Ally? Introduction. Have you ever found yourself anxiously waiting for funds to settle in your bank account? It's a common experience, especially when dealing with large transactions or time-sensitive payments. Today, we're going to dive into the specifics of Ally Bank and explore how long it typically takes for funds to settle there. Hook, imagine you've just sold your car, and you're counting on the money to cover a down payment on a new home. You need those funds to be available as soon as possible. So, the question is, how long will you have to wait for the money to settle at Ally Bank? Building context. Before we get into the specifics, let's understand what settling means in the banking context. Essentially, it's the process where the bank verifies the authenticity of a deposit and makes the funds available for withdrawal or transfer. The time it takes for funds to settle can vary depending on several factors, including the type of deposit, the source of the funds, and the bank's internal procedures. Factors affecting settlement time. Let's break down some of the key factors that can influence how long it takes for funds to settle at Ally Bank. Type of deposit. Cash deposits. Typically, cash deposits made at Ally Bank branches or ATMs settle within a few business days. Check deposits. The settlement time for check deposits can vary depending on the source of the check. Checks drawn on U.S. banks usually settle within a few business days, while checks drawn on foreign banks may take longer. Electronic transfers, ACH transfers, such as direct deposits from employers or other financial institutions, generally settle within a few business days. Wire transfers. Wire transfers are typically the fastest way to send and receive funds. They can often settle within a few hours or even minutes, but the exact timing may depend on the sending and receiving banks. Source of funds. Deposits from other Ally accounts. If you're transferring funds between your own Ally accounts, the settlement time is usually very quick. Deposits from external banks. Deposits from other banks may take a bit longer to settle as the banks need to verify the funds. Ally's internal procedures. Ally Bank has its own internal procedures and systems in place to process deposits and verify funds. These procedures can affect the settlement time. Specific scenarios. To give you a better idea of what to expect, let's consider some specific scenarios. Scenario 1. Cash deposit at a branch. If you deposit cash at an Ally Bank branch, the funds should typically settle within a few business days. Scenario 2. Check deposit from a U.S. bank. A check deposit from a U.S. bank should also settle within a few business days. However, if the check is flagged for further review, it may take longer. Scenario 3. Wire transfer from overseas. A wire transfer from overseas may take a bit longer to settle due to international banking regulations and processing times. Additional considerations. It's important to note that Ally Bank may have specific policies or procedures in place for certain types of deposits or transactions. For example, there may be holds placed on large deposits or deposits from new customers. If you have concerns about the settlement time for a particular deposit, it's always a good idea to contact Ally Bank's customer service directly. Conclusion. In general, funds should settle at Ally Bank within a reasonable time frame. However, the exact settlement time can vary depending on the factors we've discussed. If you need funds to be available quickly, it's advisable to plan ahead and choose the appropriate deposit method. By understanding the factors that influence settlement time, you can make informed decisions and avoid unnecessary delays. End screen. With that said, thanks for watching. If you have any specific questions about Ally Bank or the settlement process, feel free to leave a comment below. And don't forget to subscribe for more helpful financial tips and information.